Hello, this is siriussimmer and welcome to the final part of our custom likes and dislikes tutorial. So if you haven't watched part 1 and 2, please go check them out. I'm going to leave a link in the description along with all the other programs and resources that you guys are going to need to complete this tutorial. In part 2, we went over how to make changes within the body of our XML, and now we are going to be dealing with new XML resources, specifically super interactions. So I'm just gonna jump right in. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, please like and subscribe. So once you make all the changes within the body of your XML, we are going to go ahead and use the Sims 4 Studio's extract tuning function to find the super interaction, the in-game super interaction that allows your sim to perform their custom preference. Now, once we find the super interaction, we're going to open up its basic extra section and paste, copy and paste the text within this text document in your folder that you would have downloaded. It's called copy and paste basic extra section of the appropriate interaction, literally what it says on the tin. And so we're going to copy and paste that and post that into whatever interaction we determine is correct. So for those of you who are doing an activity that requires a broadcaster, it is the same process, except of course you're going to use this text document up here that says broadcaster. And when you're filling this in, just like you've edited the XML before, there's just one extra tuning section right here, which is broadcaster, and you're going to put the tuning ID of the broadcaster right in there. So that's the only difference for you all. Okay, so let's open up the Sims 4 Studio extract tuning function. So you go to tools, you go to extract tuning, and you wait for the pop-up. Okay, so there is no surefire way in the beginning to determine which interaction is correct. You might think you have the right one, but when you go in your game, it doesn't function the way you would have liked. But the interaction should be a super interaction. It should have a basic extra section, and the display name within its XML body should match the display name that you would see on in-game when you click on the object. So what I did to find mine, and I had to go through trial and error to find the correct one. What I did was I typed in soccer ball, so I typed in my object. I scrolled down. If you see on the side here, you can see they have them labeled in alphabetical order. So you scroll down until you get to interactions, and you see we have a shit ton of interactions. And initially, I had chosen these 4, which is SI_soccerball, because it says right here, super interaction _soccerball pickup, super interaction _soccerball juggle solo, and super interaction _soccer play with rally and pick up juggle. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and add those so you guys can see them. Okay, so when I open them up and look through their XML, we can already see their super interactions right at the top there. They have a basic extra section right here, and the display name, which we get right here, says practice juggling, which is perfect. And so this one was actually correct. So I opened up its basic extra section here, and I was fortunate when I first found this to realize that the preference for liking fitness already had buffs and adventure moments put within the basic extra section. So I knew that I was on the right track, and all I had to do was add my custom interaction buffs to it. So I opened up, copy and paste the basic extra section of the appropriate interaction, this text document, Control A, copy, and I pasted it right under. So I actually ended up in the end removing the buffs and adventure moments for the fitness custom preference. Because I wanted this interaction to only work for I wanted when the sim performs this interaction, that is the practice juggling super interaction, for them to only get our buffs for liking and disliking soccer, as well as have the chance to get our adventure moments for liking and disliking soccer, as opposed to it being for both soccer and fitness. Another thing I want to point out, again, back to the trial and error aspect, is that I thought that initially all of these were correct. So let's go to soccerball_pickup. And so you see here, by the display name, it says it's the interaction for kick soccer ball with, when you choose a sim to kick soccer ball with. But when I first tested my mod, this did not work. It didn't do anything. It didn't allow me to add my buffs to it. I thought maybe I had typed in something incorrectly, and I tried everything to get this interaction, specifically soccerball_pickup, to work for the kick soccer ball with interaction in the game and with my custom preference. But it just wasn't happening, and I eventually realized that this just wasn't the correct interaction for me to use. So I had to go back to the export tuning function and literally just do trial and error, and eventually I realized it was this interaction that I needed down here, called interaction touching_soccer ball play. And when I added that to my package, I close it up. See, it's a social super interaction, still a super interaction, but just a little bit different. When I closed it up, it did have a basic extra section, so that was good. And you see its display name right here is kick soccer ball with some first name. So this was actually the correct one for me to use in that instance. And I'm just saying this to say, if maybe you add an interaction, then copy and paste the text within the basic extra section and do all that, and it still doesn't work, maybe you should try finding a different one. You do kind of have to poke around. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Okay, so I know that it's this one. I know that soccer ball pickup doesn't work, so I'm just gonna remove it. And I believe play with rally also was incorrect, and then the play, which is the play soccer together interaction, but this didn't work initially, but when I changed this to touching soccer ball _ play, when I added this tuning resource, then both kick soccer ball with and play soccer together worked. So this was able to function for both of those. So I'm going to go ahead and remove soccer ball _ play with rally. I narrowed down the super interactions that I needed. I added my buffs. So it's 2 buffs, one for liking my custom preference, one for disliking my custom preference, as well as 2 adventure moments, one for liking and one for disliking. Again, you have these text, you can copy and paste it from the text document that you found in your folder. And then you're going to go in, just like we did before, edit by adding the tuning IDs where they're appropriate. And you also need to add text for this here, just like this, just with this is the buff reason, so you know the little text that comes under the title of a buff, and so you want to make sure you put it in brackets and tell why you're getting this. And so this would be from liking soccer, for instance. Okay, and then you close them up again. And then once you've completed that, you're gonna copy and paste these into each of these other interactions, okay? And you want to do it once you've completed that, obviously, just so you only have to fill them in once. Okay. So once you've done that and that's all squared away, you're gonna go to Tools, you're gonna go to Modding, and then you're gonna click Copy String Tables to All Languages. And that's it for our mod. Again, I have never I feel like I say again a lot, I'm so sorry, but I've never put a mod in the first time and had there be no problems. So if you find issues, if you find text isn't correct, if you find the interaction isn't performing, if you find you're not getting the buff, that's totally normal. Mistakes are going to be made. I made a lot of mistakes in making this. So yeah, and just, you know, search forums, ask for help, leave a comment under my video asking for help. Just do whatever you need to. And so now we're gonna get into the mod demonstration. So to demonstrate our soccer custom preference, I thought I'd use everyone's favorite hero, Mr. Harry James Potter. So let's go over to the likes and dislikes tab, scroll down. We're gonna say he likes soccer. We'll also let James like soccer, just so we could see what that interaction is like. I guess this could be their stand-in for Quidditch. And then we'll let Lily dislike soccer, so we get the full range. And everyone else in the house could be neutral. Okay. Okay, so I put a few soccer balls out. I'm gonna go ahead, kick soccer ball with James. Let's see, make sure they get their buffs. And then Lily will let her just practice juggling and see what she gets. Let's just follow around. Okay, great. So our little bowling ball. So immediately he got the buff. Harry's in their element. Some who are doing something they prefer gain increased fun gains. James didn't get the buff because he's not the actor of this interaction, but if he had selected it, he would have. Okay, so now that Harry has his buff, he should be able to click on someone, and under friendly interactions, you see he can now enthuse about soccer. So let's just see what that looks like. Now he's getting a not enough exercise buff from the active trait. Okay, let's see what Lily's up to. Okay, Lily also got her buff for hating soccer. Yeah. In my final version of my mod, I do plan on making like the text and title of my buffs different and more personal. So it might be different for you when you open up yours if you're gonna use this to test. Okay. So let's see what this interaction looks like. Everyone's tense because I have mice in my house, but oh well. Oh, see, Harry got a little headline from liking soccer, even though he looks very upset because he's tense right now. Let's try to get rid of his tense buffs. Okay, and this is a buff from the active trait. This isn't from our mod. Friendly, enthused about soccer. Okay, great. Let's see what that looks like. They should get a friendship relationship gain. Okay. Yep. Okay, the relationship gain came. And I just wanted to say that again, it is really difficult to get an adventure moment because they're so random. So I'm just gonna put screenshots of them up from other times I've played with it. Okay, so that's it for the tutorial. Thank you guys for coming along with me. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. And again, if you can, please like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you guys in another video.